Hi Facebook land, Chilla Bischoff here, certified health coach and Kundalini yoga teacher now. And I'm coming on today because I wanted to share about how I ended up becoming a health coach and also how you can become one. People are texting me. So about, let me think, 14 years ago, 2004, I was a stay-at-home mom, 2 kids. My son was 7 or 8 years old, and my daughter Sophia was 5. She just started kindergarten. And I was not in a good space in my life. I felt lost. I'm originally from Hungary, so raising the kids at home, they're going back to school, and all of a sudden I had some depression. I would wake up with anxiety in the morning, and I knew deep in my soul that I needed to find something that was fulfilling me. So I had 2 passions at that time. One of them was photography, and the other one was healthy eating, cooking. And that's something actually I didn't have when I grew up in Hungary. I started to become interested in healthy eating when I moved to the United States. My husband is American. He was actually a healthier eater than I was when I met him. And I was never interested in cooking. You can ask my mom. I didn't care about learning from her anything. I was in Canada for a year as a nanny in 1991, and I had to cook a little bit for the family that I worked for. So when I moved here and I got married, I had to make dinners for my husband. So I was learning actually from a cookbook, right? But then as the years went by and when I had kids, I learned a lot, and I became extremely passionate about sharing my knowledge with different people. So I knew that I wanted to do something with nutrition, but I also knew that I didn't want to become a registered dietitian. I didn't want to go back to university, spend all that money and 5 years, and then there's more when you're a registered dietitian, and I was just not interested in that part. So I didn't even know what I wanted. I just knew I wanted to inspire people to eat better, to help them learn how to shop, how to make simple, easy foods, and help them improve their health through what they eat. So, and I will never forget this moment. We were renovating this house, and I was painting all the walls by myself every night. And one day when we were done and we were ready to move in, I was sitting on the couch. There was nothing else in the house. And I looked at my husband and I said, I really, really want to become the person who can do this. I can do this while the kids are in school, and I know that this would fulfill me. So, I put it out there to the universe. I said the words, and lo and behold, about a week and a half later, I went to a cooking class in Somerville, New Jersey. There was this lovely health food store that I really enjoyed going there, and they had a kitchen in the back. And Gordon used to cook the meals, but this time Gordon was cooking, but there was this woman, Debbie, who was talking about why the foods were beneficial for us. So the girl next to me asked Debbie, where did you go to school to? Because I was very shy, very introvert. So Debbie says, I went to this school called the Institute for Integrative Nutrition in New York City. So I wrote it down in my little book. And when I came home, it was late, like 10 o'clock or later, I Googled it and I looked it up. And I was shocked because I never heard about this school and I never saw anything about it online. This was 14 years ago. They were hiding themselves on purpose at that time. And what I saw and what I read on the website was exactly what I was looking for. I was so excited. So I said to my husband that I'm gonna go in. They had one more open house. And I said, next Thursday, I'm gonna go in, take the train, go to the city, and see what this school is about. So I took the train, I got in, I took the subway, and it was amazing. There were these gorgeous women. Everyone was beautiful with gorgeous, glowing, healthy skin, smiling, happy. You know, they were seating us. They had food on a table, 3 different salads that we, you know, were invited to indulge in. And then they had the presentation about what this school was about, and, you know, if you graduate from this school, what are the possibilities for you to work as a health coach or go in different directions. I was sold. I was like, I want to do this. This is exactly what I want. So it was amazing because there was this girl next to me. She's French and she's from Princeton. She might be watching this video. And they said if you sign up today, you get a discount. If you came with a friend, you both get a discount. If you came from this far, you get a discount. So we looked at each other. We said, are we friends? She says, yeah, let's go. So we go up to the table, you know, the registration table. So I said to the girl, I really want to do this. And it was a lot of money. You know, I went in person. It was several $1,000s. So I asked her, holding my credit card, I said, so if I, register now, can I change my mind? You know, I had to go home and talk to my husband. Let's say I change my mind in 3 days, can I get the money back? They said, absolutely, and you can do monthly payments too. So I gave them my credit card, signed up, came home. The next morning I told my husband, honey, I signed up for this school. It's a year-long program. Once a month, we go in on a Saturday and a Sunday to the city. And I want to do this education. So it was a big step. It was big, it was scary for me to commit to something like this. On top of it, I already committed myself every Saturday to teach at the local Hungarian school. But my friend, my dear friend, thank God for her, I actually wanted to back off from the school. And she said to me, no, you're gonna go because I know you. If you're not gonna go now, you're never gonna go. So she said to me, I'm gonna take those Saturdays when the school is on. So you can go and I teach for you. I substitute teach for you. So thank God for Agata. She did that for me and I went. And it was the most incredible experience of my life. On top of this, the founder of the school is Hungarian, by the way. His parents came from Hungary. So that was another special thing. I met an incredible amount of people that I still keep in touch with. And every weekend was so fantastic, so exciting. We learned different dietary theories, from raw food, vegan, to the Atkins diet, to macrobiotic. Every single dietary theory was represented. And we tried everything out. And the biggest thing that the school taught us, is that there is no one diet that works for everyone. That it is all about biochemical individuality, right? Everyone's different. Everybody's body is different blood type, heritage. You eat differently at a certain age, and as you age, you need to tweak your diet. If you move from a warmer climate to a colder climate, you need to eat different. So I love the education. And the best part, I think, was that this education is not just about the food. It's also about what IIN, the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, calls is primary foods. So anybody knows what primary foods are? I give you a hint. It's not something you put on a plate and eat, or not something you put in a glass and you drink. What do you think primary foods are? Anybody has an idea? So primary foods are your career, your relationships, your stress levels, your spirituality, your exercise, your movement. Because this is what happens. You can eat all the kale, the quinoa, the seaweed, the celery juice, all those things, right, that are in and everybody is talking about as healthy. But if you are in a toxic relationship, or if you're in a dead-end job that you can't stand, you get up every morning and you have that pit in your stomach when you go to work, or if nothing feeds your soul on a daily basis, or you haven't found a way to move your body that brings you joy, your health is going to suffer. So that's one of the things that I loved about the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, that they talked a lot about that. And now that I've been doing health coaching and seeing and working with private clients, I have to tell you that to this day, this is what I swear by. You can come to me with any kind of digestive issue, any kind of autoimmune problem, whatever health issue you have. It's not just about the food. When we eat something, yes, we have to digest it and break it down and absorb it, but also everything in life that comes at us, we have to so-called digest, right? And when we have trouble digesting things in our life, it will affect our health. So that was the biggest thing that I loved about the Institute for Integrative Nutrition. The other thing that I loved is that they taught us how to start our own practice, if that's what you want. A lot of people who go to this school, they might be already a yoga teacher, an acupuncturist, maybe they are a dietitian, a registered dietitian, but they want more the holistic side. You might be a massage therapist or a medical doctor. I know people who were medical doctors and went to this school because they wanted to add this to their existing practice and to their knowledge. So no matter where you come from, you could be just maybe a mom who has a child with some health issues and you're not able to find answers. You've seen maybe many different doctors and practices and nobody can help you. A lot of people come for their own health or for someone in their family that they want to help. Because often when you are researching, when you are learning, you are more able to put the pieces of the puzzle together than when you go to different practitioners. So this school is for everyone. Another thing that I loved about the school I mentioned is that they taught me how to start my own practice. So if you tuned in at the beginning, I mentioned to you that I was an extremely introverted person. The fact that I'm on this video right now and I'm talking to all of you, I could have never imagined myself doing anything like this. I couldn't talk in front of a few people in a room, right? Hi, Kim, happy holidays. So I couldn't talk to a few people in front of me in my own mother tongue, Hungarian, let alone English. So when I went to the school, Joshua used to tell us that the single most the single most effective way that you can find clients where you live is to start doing workshops, local workshops. So I just faced the fear and I did it. That was huge for me. You can ask my husband, for a whole year, I was having diarrhea before each of my workshops. I constantly forgot things. I would call him up saying, honey, can you come? I forgot this or that, the handouts, the pot, and he would come and help me because I was just so nervous. And then with time, you overcome that. Now you could wake me up in the middle of the night and say, Chilla, stand up and do a workshop for us on how to support your respiratory health or how to eat with the seasons or whatever, how to kick your sugar cravings. I can do that like that. But it took practice. But the school was wonderful. They gave us step-by-step instructions on how to do this. So someone who, emigrated from another country, and I didn't grow up here, I didn't get any of my education here, I was able to do that. That was huge for me. And so coming from a stay-at-home mom who was depressed, had anxiety attacks, and I couldn't find my place in this country. I felt like I was a big zero, a nobody. And I'm so honest here with you guys. I remember back, that's how I felt. I would wake up in the morning, my husband would go to work, and I would have the kids, and I just felt so lost. That was actually the biggest thing for me that this school gave me. This school gave my life back, and also what it gave to me is the person that I was inside of me, that whole time I didn't even know it was there, was able to come out. And so I went to the school. The first day when we were waiting to go up, it was at Columbus Circle. The school is no longer live. It is online. So if you're wondering, you can do this anywhere in the country or in the world. So I used to go into Columbus Circle at Jazz at Lincoln Center in Manhattan, New York City. And the first day I met a really good friend, Yolanta. We were waiting for the elevator. She was also an English teacher from another country. She had a daughter, same age as me. We were very similar, so we became really good friends. And I still have many friends from my year. I went in 2004, 2005, and I did immersion the year later. And it was a lovely experience. So how did I start my practice? I decided to do the health coaching practice because to me helping people was very important. It gives me a lot of satisfaction. It feeds my soul. So I started offering workshops at local yoga studios, and I still do that. And at the beginning, all my clients were in-person clients, and I saw them actually at my house. You know, I looked for an office. I couldn't find the one that I wanted. I wanted one that was maybe with other practitioners. I would have loved a kitchen. It just never happened. So people came to my house, and I have a big living room with a kitchen. And, oh, awesome, Kim. So Kim says that she grew up in France, and she says, I love your comments. So people would come to my house, and that was a choice I did. Many of my friends didn't want to do that. But what I loved, and what they actually all loved, is that when we had our session, we went into the kitchen. I opened my fridge. We made kale with pine nuts and raisins. If you were a client of mine, you know, raise your hand and tell me, yes, Chilla, I remember those days. So we would cook. I would show them my pantry, my kitchen. It was wonderful. Many people learned how to cook with me, you know, and anyone can do it because I didn't grow up knowing how to cook. So as the years went by, more and more clients became phone clients because, you know, people got busier and it was easier to just meet up on the phone or do a video calling. Now we can do, you know, video calling on our iPhones. So that's what I've been doing for many, many years. And the best part is that I was able to be there for my kids, because, you know, they were little when I started this, so I only taken clients on while they were in school. And if you're thinking, how did you do that? Most people don't have time during the day. Well, we learned that when you put your intention out there, and my intention was that I'm only working 2 days a week between this and this time, so I could drop and pick the kids off. We don't have buses here. And those are the clients that showed up for me. And then I did some workshops, and when I was in school, my husband took care of the kids on Saturdays and Sundays once a month for a whole year, and that created a beautiful bond between them. And then I did many other schools after that, so I was gone a lot, but it actually helped my kids become who they are. And they saw their mom, you know, studying and putting time in and building from scratch the business, and it was a great example for them to see. So if you have young kids, you know, think about that. And I jumped in literally. I had this idea, I saw the school, the next week I went to the open house and I jumped in. It was like within 2 weeks. The same thing that I did last year in the fall with my Kundalini Yoga teacher training. I wanted to do it, I wasn't ready, all these excuses, and then literally like 2-3 days before the training started, I said, okay, I'm doing this. I wanted to quit halfway. I didn't, and I'm so excited. I combined the yoga, the meditation, the breathing, and the health coaching. And I also educate people on using essential oils. And it became a beautiful mixture of things that I love to do every single day. So when I wake up in the morning, it's exciting. You know, I don't dread going to work. I don't have to leave the house. I can do it from here. And highly recommend, if you've been thinking about, you know, getting a new career, a new education, adding something to what you have, or maybe you're retiring. Many of my clients ended up going to the school. Some of them had health issues and they loved the work that we did together, and they were just excited. The whole new world opened up for them. So they said, Chilla, I think I want to do the school you did. And they don't do health coaching. They have their careers, their jobs, but they have this tremendous amount of knowledge that they can use for themselves, from their family. It's the ripple effect. I had clients who worked with me a long time ago, and then retirement was coming, and you might be watching, you know who you are, Monica, and then they decided, you know what, I think I want to do this school. I learned so much about my health and how I can take care of my health. So they ended up going, they finished the school, and then they retired within a year or two, and now they're doing health coaching. So this is really a wonderful way to add to your current career. If you are in the health field already, if you want to switch, or if you want to do something because maybe you already retired, or you don't want to be in corporate America anymore. There's a lot of people that went to my school who were burnt out from corporate America. They ended up with a lot of health issues, and they just went because they wanted to take a year off, and they wanted to take care of their health, and then they ended up becoming a health coach, or they went back to work. So here's the new thing is Institute for Integrative Nutrition is not live anymore. because when the economy tanked, people couldn't afford to come to the city and stay there, you know, Friday, Saturday, fly home, do this every single month, you know, for a whole weekend. Plus, you know, so many people were interested in this, it just really made sense for them to do the online program. And now, I don't know, probably quadrupled, probably, I don't know, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 times more people take part in the training. So the reason why I came on, hi Tish, hi Juji, hi Na. Let me see what else. I had some notes here that I wanted to share, and the light is going down. Let me see if I put this on. Is this better? The light is going down so fast. I want to finish before the light goes away. So yes, so the online program, I had very many friends who did the online program, and I asked them and they told me that you only need about 5 to 10 hours a week to study. They have modules, so they open up the modules. You can listen on your iPod, you know, a lot of things are recorded. Some things you can watch video and some things you listen to. And then they have modules, and some of it is related to nutrition, some of it is related to coaching, and some of it is related to how to build a private practice. So modules are released, and then they tell you when you're gonna have a written exam. I believe it's still an open book exam, and you can choose the time when you can do it, and out of 4 tests, you have to pass 3. So feel free to text me or reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions. So it's not as much as demanding as you would think. So if that's what's holding you back, it shouldn't. Another thing that I wanted to mention is, yes, the reason why I came on is because they have this amazing Black Friday, Cyber Monday special that they extended till tomorrow, Friday. So if you want to go to this school, and if you've been thinking and thinking and thinking, this is your time. Through me, because I'm an ambassador for the school, you can get a really big discount. I think they haven't offered this in a very, very long time, up to 30% off. You can also do payment plan. So reach out to me so I can give you the details. And if you know you want to do it and nobody referred you, when you call them up, mention my name, and then you can get my discount. Chilla Bischoff, if you're just tuning in. So there's a massive discount. And so the biggest thing that I got from this school is my life completely changed. I get to do what I love to do. My passion is my work. So going to work, right? Doing my work is not really work. It's extremely satisfying. Helping people, seeing people's lives change and transform is incredible. And then when you meet them many years ago and they tell me, Chilla, what I learned from you in that little program that I did with you, or the cleanses, or the group program I did for you 10 years ago, I shared that with someone and their whole family's eating habits changed because of you. You cannot put a price point on that, I have to say to you. You cannot. And the fact that I set my own hours, if I need to take time off, if I want to go visit someone, if I want to go home, I don't have to rush back and worry about not having enough time, vacation time from work. And I can work from anywhere in the whole wide world. I remember a couple years ago when I went back, we went for a longer time with my kids, and I brought my laptop with me, and I was able to keep in touch with my clients. I was able to write my newsletters. You can even, write them ahead of time and just set them up. On Facebook, you can write your posts ahead of time. So it's a completely wonderful way of working at this day and age through the computer. If anyone has any questions, hi Ina. Oh, that's so cool you're watching. I was thinking about you yesterday. Hi Sandra. So I came here, if you just tuned in, because I wanted to share about how I ended up becoming a health coach, how much I love it, and how great the education was that I got from the Institute from Integrative Nutrition. And highly recommend, if this is a path that you've been thinking about, to jump in. There's a huge discount that you can get through me. Happy to answer any questions. And please, say you're watching live, or if you're watching the recording, I would love to see. And look forward to sharing, yes, more recipes, Kim, and more classes. I'm gonna do a couple different classes coming up in December. I will do them mostly online. So if you're not on my newsletter yet, please sign up. That's where you get the notifications. And it's very easy. If you are on your iPhone, you just text the word Shining Health, one word, Shining Health, to the number 28228. Or you can go on my website, shininghealth.com, and you can sign up for my newsletter there. I send out recipes each week. However, guys, if you were looking for my Meatless Monday recipe this week, I was not able to get near my computer and do any of that. It's just with the holidays and everything else I was working on, I didn't send any out, so it will come next Monday. So thank you everyone for tuning in. I love you guys, and I look forward to answering questions if you have them. Feel free to send me a message here, or you can send me an email, Csilla, CSILLA @shininghealth.com. Bye everyone.